السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد. Okay, the chapter says الحث على تعلم الفرائض وحكم النظر وما يتعلق به, meaning encouraging to learn the science of faraid. وحكم النظر وما يتعلق به, and حكم النظر, nazar means looking, what we are allowed to look and what we are not allowed to look, who are the people that we are allowed to look at, and who are the people that we shouldn't be looking at them, at the faces or the hands or something. So come to the first point, al-Hathu ala ta'allum al-Faraid. So this chapter is about two issues. One is encouragement or encouraging to learn the science of Faraid. Okay, Faraid here does not mean the obligation. Rather, Faraid means the, what do you say?
Inheritance.
Yes, inheritance, rulings and matters related with inheritance, and how it should be distributed, and who are the legal heirs, and how much one should get. For example, if a person passes away, leaves wife behind, parents, children, son, daughter, how much each one should get. So that is the ilm al-faraid. So ilm al-faraid is very important, what we say is Islamic science, Islamic knowledge. And let me mention few hadiths in this regard. There is a hadith in which Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, al-ilmu thalatha wa ma siwa dhalika fahuwa fadl, meaning the knowledge is of three types. And this hadith in Sunan Abi Dawud. Al-ilmu thalatha, meaning knowledge is of three types. Wa ma siwa dhalika fahuwa fadl, and apart from those three branches of knowledge, everything is extra. Everything is extra. But three particular sciences are the important one, and apart from them, when we are talking about the sciences, we mean the Islamic sciences. Apart from them, every other branch of knowledge or every other Islamic science is extra. What are those three which are the basic one? Ayatun muhkamatun, a ayah that is clear. Ayatul muhkama, meaning in the Quran there are some ayat which are clear and which are explicit. From there you can derive the rulings and where you can learn your aqidah. Aw sunnatun qaima. Other science that is very important is the sunnah that is established. Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ that is established, and you get the knowledge of the sunnah of Prophet ﷺ through authentic hadith. Aw faridatun adila. And third one, Prophet ﷺ said, the third science, which is the basic one or important one, is faridatun adila, meaning the portion that has been designated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the legal heirs. How much one should get. Knowledge of, again, inheritance, and knowledge of how to distribute it, and who are the, meaning first of all find out who are the legal heirs are, and how much everyone should get. And obviously everyone's situation is different. Some people may pass away and leave only children. Some people may pass away, leave only brothers and sisters. Some people may pass away, leave all parents, brothers and sisters, daughters and son and spouse as well. So obviously you have to look at each situation. Walaikum salam and so on. And yes, and by the ilm al-faraid, by the science of inheritance, you will be able to figure out. Okay, there is another hadith and collected by Ibn Majah regarding this ilm al-faraid and its importance. However, some of the scholars have indicated that it has got some weakness. Abu Hurairah said the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ta'allam al-faraid." Prophet ﷺ said, learn faraid, meaning seek the knowledge of inheritance. وَعَلِّمُوهُ, learn and teach other people. فَإِنَّهُ نِصْفُ الْإِلْمِ, it is half of the knowledge. Meaning it is 50% of the Islamic knowledge. How it is 50% of Islamic knowledge? Scholars have said, look, the knowledge, Islamic knowledge, is either related to the living people, okay, what to eat, living person, what to do, how to worship, or it is knowledge related to a believer when he dies. The whole knowledge and rulings and aqidah is relevant to either a believing person who is living or someone who has died, a believing person who has died. That's how, because this particular science is connected with the rulings related to a believer when he passes away. That's how scholars have said it is half of the knowledge. It doesn't mean exactly it is 50%. That's how scholars have divided. Mean things that a living person needs to know, half of the knowledge is there, and the other half of knowledge. Or let's say the situation for a person is this: either he is living or he is passed away. So this knowledge has to do, or this science has to do with the issues related to a person when he passes away, with his wealth and his distribution. And Prophet ﷺ said, وَهُوَ أَوَّلَ يَوْمٍ أَوَّلُ شَيْءٍ يُنْزَوْ مِنْ أُمَّتِي. This is the first science that will be snatched away from a ummah, meaning the knowledge of inheritance will disappear. And that's true, the knowledge of inheritance will disappear, meaning relatively you find there are many graduated or people have learned from madaris or so. Not everyone is aware of this knowledge, because it has to do with the maths as well, distribution, 1/3, 1/2, 1/6, and 1/4, 1/8, and so on and so forth, and not everyone is familiar with. So even, among the ulama, only few people are specialized, or few people are expert in this knowledge. And let me mention my experience. Meaning I taught 2 years after I graduated from Medina. I taught 2 years in Delhi, in Islamic college. That's also called Jami Islamiyya. Okay? And there was a senior scholar used to teach Ilm al-Faraid for the students for the senior students. And he happened to move. Something happened and he wanted to move. And there was no one else ready to take the subject and teach. So, and it was only 2 hours, 2 periods every week. So I made a deal. I said, okay, you people have to take my tafsir book, which is 6 hours per week. Okay, in return I will take that. Because I knew that I can manage, I can deal, and I had the interest. So they agreed happily. They said, okay, that's fine. Me, it was 25 or 27 periods every week. So I said, take the book, 6 periods, and in return I will take this one. And the management agreed, because there was no one else ready to. Okay, it's not to take credit or say. It has a meaning. Some people have special, liking, because of its relation to the maths and the other issues, and some people don't like. So Prophet ﷺ said, this is the first science that will be taken away from my ummah. Okay, and the importance of inheritance can be understood by the fact that it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who himself, he taken upon himself the explanation of how it needs to be distributed. You find in Surah An-Nisa, the major rulings have been mentioned. Yusikumullah fi awladikum lidhakri mithlu hadhil insan. Scholars said it not even left to the Prophet ﷺ to use his reasoning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he himself took charge of this issue. And there's hadith that Jabir ibn Abdullah, and it is in Qal al-Bukhari, it is in Sahih Bukhari. Jabir ibn Abdullah said that I became ill, and Prophet ﷺ came to visit me. And Prophet ﷺ, when he came to visit me, I was not in conscious, meaning I had lost my consciousness at that particular time. So Prophet ﷺ asked for some water. He did wudu, thumma rasha, and then he sprinkled some water over my face, and I regained my consciousness. And I said, "Oh Messenger of Allah, what I should do with my wealth?" Meaning, I'm ill, I don't know what may happen, what's going to happen with my wealth that I'm leaving behind. And the ayah was revealed thereafter. Thereafter the ayah was revealed, Yusikumullah fi awladikum lidhakri mithlu hadhil insan. I think Jabir ibn Abdullah survived, meaning, yes, it was his concern, but he became healthy and lived longer after Prophet ﷺ passed away. Okay, there's another hadith that tells about the reason for the revelation of these verses, is that the Imrat of Sa'd ibn Rabi, the wife of Sa'd ibn Rabi, one of the famous companion, and I think this is the companion who did the dealing with Abdurrahman ibn Auf. Yes, Mustafa, was it Sa'd ibn Rabi? Yes. what happened when companions came to migrated to Medina, Muhajirin, and obviously they were in need of help. They left their accommodation, they left their wealth, immovable wealth, and they became like refugees also when they migrated to Medina. So Prophet ﷺ created a special brotherhood between Ansar and Muhajirin. Okay, that lasted for a few years or so, and then the ruling was abolished or cancelled. So Prophet ﷺ would take one from the Muhajir and one from the Ansar, and he said, from today, you two are brothers. And you two are brothers. So Sa'd ibn Rabi and Abdurrahman ibn Auf. Abdurrahman from Makkah and Sa'd ibn Rabi is from local person from Medina. So he said to Abdurrahman ibn Auf, you are brother to Sa'd ibn Rabi, you are brother to each other from today. And look, Sa'd ibn Rabi, he was the local person. How much he honored this relationship. He said to his Muhajir brother, Abdurrahman ibn Auf, this is my wealth, let us distribute half. You take 50%, I will take 50. I have 2 wives and you have no family here, but just have a look and then tell me which one you like to marry. I will divorce after either you marry and you have your own family. See the meaning, what we say, muwasat and help and mutual cooperation. Abdurrahman ibn Auf, he was also not an opportunist person. I mean, generally speaking, the good believers are not opportunists. He said, may Allah bless in your wealth. I don't need any of this. Just tell me where the market is. I do my business by myself. He started with little. The hadith mentioned like a handful of some stuff or so. And gradually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put so much barakah in his business that he became one of the richest companions. And you know how much he donated in the Battle of Tabuk. Okay, so what happened? How we came to the story? Sa'd ibn Rabi passed away in Battle of Uhud, and his wife came to Prophet ﷺ complaining. She said, "O Messenger of Allah," and this is in Musnad Ahmad, and I think this hadith is in the Sunan as well. I mean, in the other hadith books. So she came complaining. She said, "O Messenger of Allah," and she brought her 2 young daughters as well with her. She said, "Hatani ibnata Sa'd ibn Rabi." She said, "O Messenger of Allah, these 2 young daughters are daughters of Sa'd ibn Rabi. I mean, they are orphan. You know, you are aware that their father passed away in the Battle of Uhud. Qutila abuhum ma'aka fi yawm Uhud." Meaning you are aware, you already know that father passed away in the Battle of Uhud, and he left these 2 girls behind. And look what their paternal uncle did. What did he do? He took all the wealth. He took all the wealth of Sa'd ibn Rabi. Okay, and how these 2 young girls are going to get married if they have no wealth behind? I mean, even at that time, yes, wealth was little bit wealth and money was required. She said, how they are going to get married if there is no wealth, and how they are going to survive? Then Prophet ﷺ said, okay, be patient, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will decide in this matter. And the ayat of the miras were revealed thereafter. Ayat of the miras were revealed thereafter, and Prophet ﷺ called their paternal uncle, maternal uncle, the father's brother, paternal uncle. He summoned him and he said, look, give 2/3 to the daughters of Sa'd. 2/3 need to be given to the two daughters, 1/3, 1/3. And 1/8 should be given to the mom, meaning the wife of Sa'd ibn Rabi. So 2/3 and 1/8. Okay, I'm not sure how it will become. If you divide into 24, 2/3 will be how much? 16. And 1/8 will be 3, 19. 19 portions out of 24 will go to the daughters and mother. 1/3, 1/3 and 1/8. And he said the remaining is for you. You have only the remaining. Okay, and remember, this is something really important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has regarded that faridatan min Allah. It's an obligation. Meaning the way the wealth should be distributed, it is an obligation. And in those verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, wasiyatan min Allah. It is wasiyah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wasiyah means it's emphasized advice or command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So very important that people should, or believers should abide by the rulings of fara'id, inheritance, and let the legal heir take what they deserve. Back in India, I'm not sure what is the custom in African countries or so, In Asian countries, generally speaking, yes, father passes away and the sons take control of the wealth, especially the oldest one. And I mean, sometimes they even force the daughters to withdraw, pressurize them to say, oh, I don't want any of mine. If you want to keep your relationship good and healthy with us, you have to withdraw. Or sometimes body language will tell. If they see that they are showing interest and making claim, yes, they show annoyance and generally speaking, they are deprived. So this is, the issue is serious, and the wealth should be distributed among the legal heirs according to the instruction given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly in the Quran. So that's what the first topic of today's lesson is. Let's take the poetry, what he says. Tilka hududullah. After he mentioned those rulings, Allah said these are limits set by Allah. فَلَا تَعْتَدُوهَا. Don't violate them. Don't violate them. Generally speaking, that's what happened. The older son, because he's old, younger son may be still not grown up or so. Not grown up or so. So it is them who do injustice and deprive the weaker ones. Okay, let's start. وَمَا النَّاسُ إِلَّا مَيَّةٌ وَمُؤَخَّرٌ فَإِلْمُ الَّذِي قَدْ مَاتَ نِصْفٌ لَهُ اقْصِدِي. Okay, he's saying وَمَا النَّاسُ إِلَّا مَيِّةٌ. So a man or a believing person, either he's living, either he's dead, has died, or either he's mu'akhkhar, either he's living, meaning his death is delayed. So he's saying a believer either is living or either is dead. And ilm al-faraiz is half of the knowledge in the sense that it talks about the ruling and issues related to with the person when he passes away. فَإِلْمُ الَّذِي قَدْ مَاتَ نِصْفٌ لَهُ. So he also said that this half of the knowledge. And he has taken from the hadith that I mentioned. In his Prophet ﷺ said that seek the knowledge, ilm al-faraiz, and teach other people. It is half of the knowledge. And it is in the Majah, but however there is a little bit weakness in the hadith. فَبَادِرِ إِلَىٰ إِلْمِ الْفَرَائِضِ إِنَّهُ لَأَوَّلُ إِلْمٍ دَارِسٍ وَمُفْقَدٍ. So he said, فَبَادِرِ, hasten to seek the knowledge of inheritance. This is the first science, Islamic science, that will disappear, and that will disappear. ففي نسب أحكام التوارث حكمة تدل على الأحكام كل مرشد أو مرشد. ففي نسب أحكام التوارث, meaning the rulings mentioned in the Quran, or the way the inheritance should be distributed, is already mentioned in the Quran, and you find a great wisdom behind. You find a great wisdom, and that's also a sign that this whole religion is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bring any case, a person passed away, left this, a person passed away, you don't find that the close one is being deprived and a relative who is relatively further is getting more. You don't find any case. You don't find any case. You bring any case, you don't find that someone who is not that much closer to the deceased getting more, and the close one is getting less or being deprived. Whatever case, possible case you can think about, bring, and you see the hikmah, and you see how perfect this science is. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows who are closer to the person and who are not closer, and He's Hakim, so you find the hikmah. Okay, you may find some people, Nauzubillah, may say, look how it is just, or so a daughter is getting half of what the son gets. A daughter getting half of what a son gets. For example, if a son is getting, let's say 50,000 of the inheritance, the daughter is supposed to get 25. Okay, that's also just. That's also just. Because what happened? When a person passes away, it is the son who has to take responsibility and look after. It is his responsibility to look to the mother. And if they are younger sister, it is his responsibility, not the responsibility of the daughter. I mean, the financial responsibilities upon the son are far greater, and there's nothing upon daughter. She's married and she's She's living with husband. She's not required to look after her mother, or look after the younger sister, or look after the aunties and uncles. Those are older. It is the son. It is the boy. And plus other way, yes, whatever the daughter gets, for example, she takes, and if she's married, she lives with husband, and there are no responsibility upon her in either case, married or not married. When she's married, it is the husband's responsibility to look after her and look after the children. So there's no any financial responsibility upon the ladies. It is upon the husband, upon the brother, upon the father, and so on and so forth. So because of that, the share of the male has been increased. For example, if someone is earning 5,000, let's say, and he has to spend 4, okay, and someone is earning 2.5 and doesn't has to spend anything, who is better off? Who is better off? The one who is earning 5 and has to look after and spend all the 5, for example, and someone earning 2 and 2.5, but she has no responsibility. Husband is earning, and it is husband's responsibility to look after her and look after her children. So who is better off? The one who is getting 5 or the one who is getting 2.5? 2.5. Okay, let's move ahead. Now he is talking. So that is little bit about the inheritance, and initially he mentioned in the title, ahkamun nadar, meaning what is the ruling of looking to someone. Are we allowed to look or not? And the hijab should be observed or not? So let's take few lines before we conclude. وَإِنْ مَرِضَتْ أُنْثَى وَلَمْ يَجِدْ لَهَا طَبِيبًا سِوَى رَجُلٍ أَجِزْهُ وَمَهِّدِ. And now he's talking about those issues. He's saying if a lady has become ill, okay, so meaning who should treat her? If the lady doctors are available, then she should go to the lady doctors. وَإِنْ مَرِضَتْ أُنْثَى وَلَمْ يَجِدُوا لَهَا طَبِيبًا سِوَى رَجُلٍ. Okay, in case where there are not lady doctors available, only male are available, then yes, she's fine, she can go and speak. Sometimes she may need to show the body or the area where she is being affected, or sometimes they look at how the heartbeat is doing and how the breath and this and that. So it is absolutely important that ladies should go to the lady doctors. Okay, many of our women are not that mindful. They don't care. In a surgery, sometimes you find ladies are there available and gents, but they don't. Whoever is available, they just go straight away. It's not good. It's not good. If the ladies doctors are available, let them go to the ladies, because obviously it is 1-to-1 in these countries when you go and see. And if ladies are available, they should look after and they should treat. But obviously in case where the ladies doctor not available, or emergency case, that's how the system is. You went into hospital and it is the doctor who is coming, then obviously you have no choice. That's fine. That's what he's saying. وَإِنْ مَرِضَتْ أُنْثَى وَلَمْ يَجِدُوا لَهَا طَبِيبًا سِوَى رَجُلٍ أَجِزْهُ. In that case it is allowed. وَمَا كَانَ فِيهِ الدَّاءُ مِنْ كُلِّ جِسْمِهَا فَبِالنَّذْرِ أُحْكُمْ لِلطَّبِيبِ الْمُجَوِّدِ. And in that case, when there is only male doctor available, she is allowed to go and get treated, and she is allowed to show the part of the body which is need to be shown. For example, she got injury, or she got scar, or yes, the doctor wants to take the reading, whatsoever in need, it is allowed. So that's why he said that first they should be treated by the lady doctors. If not available, then fine. وَيُنْزَرُ وَجْهُ
Sorry, you see from the male doctors, ain't it preferred to be the Muslim male doctor first? Or can it be just any?
I mean, I'm not sure if someone is honest and good, then he's preferable. Sometimes you find our Asian doctors, sadly, not necessarily they are very practicing and so on and so forth. And caring as well. Okay, it is being recorded, but it's true. We prefer the Asian doctors and say, let's go. They're Asian, they know our language and so on and so forth. They are the one who pay less attention or take care less. And it's true. You go to English doctors because they give importance for the health issues and so on and so forth. They may show more care.
It's the same the other way. Like as a man, we should avoid seeing a female doctor.
Yes, it is the same.
so
It is the same. Vice versa as well. Vice versa as well. If there are doctors, male and female, available, and you are male, then yes, go to male. Vice versa as well. Yes. Okay. Now he's saying, yes, from whom we should observe the hijab and who we can see. He's saying وَيُنْزَرْ وَجْهُ الْخُودِ وَالْكَفِّ عَبْدُهَا وَمَنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ ذَا إِرْبَةٍ فِي الْمُؤَكَّدِ. He's saying the woman's face can be seen, face and hands, he's speaking. Face and hands can be seen by her slaves. Okay, when we say slave, we mean slave. It's not the workers who are paid also. Is it clear now? Someone you hire, they are not slave. Okay, the rulings are different. Here, lady has got a slave, for example. She's a, how to say, mistress?
No, mistress.
Okay, so she is allowed, or the abdi is allowed to, yes, to talk her, to see her, and to see her face and cuff. The reason, I mean, it is mentioned in the Quran as well. وَمَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that a Muslim woman should cover themselves and hide their beauty, except for their parents and husbands and close relatives. Among them, this also has been mentioned. And there's no fear of fitna here, because someone is slave and the master or the master's wife is free and they are in charge. So obviously, generally speaking, what we say illegal relationship doesn't occur between this type of individuals. But if there is a fitna, then obviously the case will be different. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ ذَا إِرْبَةٍ فِي الْمَوْقَدِ. And a person who has no shahwa, okay, he has no desire in women also. Why? Bedain, because of illness. Okay, because of illness means he got some deficiency or something, he has no desire. Okay, but takhneethin, or sometimes someone is takhneeth, meaning has no desire because he's not a man completely, in between. Meaning neither he has got man, what we say, organs completely, nor females, or so and so forth, and they have no desire in the woman. وَشَيْخُوخَةٍ. And people who have no desire, that includes old. When we say old, we mean very old. Okay, we mean very old. Not someone over 50 or 60 and so on and so forth. Nowadays you find that they have desire even they are, let's say, 60 or over 60 or so. Very old. Faqis, and so on and so forth. So he's saying anyone who hasn't got desire in opposite gender or so, they also, it's fine if they are speaking or looking at a woman's face and hand, that's okay. Because there's no fitna of what we say, adultery or any corruption. Because the other party doesn't have any desire. And وَلَيْسَ مِنَ الطِّفْلِ اسْتِتَارٌ لِخُرَّدِ. And that is the case with the children. That is the case with the children, meaning a kid hasn't grown up, or even, let's say when we say hasn't grown up, it doesn't mean that if someone is teenage or hasn't grown up 20, 13 years, he is allowed. No, we mean someone below. Okay, let's say who does not know about the male private part, female private part, he's still young, he does not know about these things. Okay, once a boy becomes aware of this issue, even though he's not grown up, still the hijab should be observed. Let's say someone 12 years old, 11 years old, and especially in this country, the sexualized environment that we are living, children grow up. Children grow up and they know all these things even though they haven't reached the age of puberty also. So when, let's say, لَيْسَ مِنَ الطِّفْلِ اسْتِتَارٌ. Let's say from a kid or young boy or young children. So there is no parda should be observed for وطفلتنا بين الرجال كطفلنا مع النسوة افهم ما أقول وارشدي. وطفلتنا, and same is the case, meaning a young boy is allowed to mix with the females, and so is a young girl, a very young girl. When we say young girl, we mean young. It's not a 10 year, 12 years and those. Very young girl, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years to that age. So she can also, meaning she can also come and speak to a man, and there is no hijab between them because she is still very young. وإن طفلة أضحت مميزة فكالمميز فيها الحكم للمتفقد. But if a girl reaches to the age of tamiz, okay, what age of tamiz means? When she starts understanding, okay, and differentiating between good and bad. Even the boys is the same. So let's use this term. If a boy or girl reaches to the sin tamiz, where they can start realizing right and wrong, and start realizing the male and female differences between them and attraction or so, then the hijab should be observed. So it is not the adulthood before the adulthood. Okay, وَمَا كَانَ يَبْدُو مِنَ أَجَائِزِ النِّسَاءِ. And the old woman, if something, the face or hand is apparent, then because they are very old, okay, فَمَنْ يَنْظُرُ لَيْسَ فِيهِ بِمُبَدِ. If someone is looking at them, nothing wrong. Okay, be careful. What we are allowed to see is the face and hands of the old woman. When we say old, very old. Be careful. When we say old, we mean very old, not just old also. Okay, and he's saying كذا الحكم في الشوهاء ووجه أجانبي وكفا لينظر آمنا في مبعد. And so is the case in a woman that is, I'm not sure how to say, ugly. Okay, not attractive. Not attractive. So he's saying the woman who is not attractive is fine if you look at her face or hands or so. But again, Sheikh Salih Fawzan says even though someone is not attractive or ugly, whatever, but if she's young, then it may not be attractive to some people, and some other people may find her attractive. That's also true. Okay? So he said don't take this as a ruling also. Be careful. Okay, that's true. Some people may find it not attractive also, and there may not be any fitna, but for other people may find her attractive if she's still young also.
Chef, this is the case I've heard that when people mention this when they go to jail, they might see a female in there that works in there, and they have no attraction to her, but 6 months down the line, she's very attractive to them.
Yes. Yes, it
They
is.
become very attractive, yeah.
That's what you see it.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Okay, so this is a long lesson. We went halfway through, so inshallah we'll complete it next week.
And next week?
Not next week. After Ramadan we'll continue. And in Ramadan, yes, what was the program for Ramadan?